40 years in the market.
30 lang.
30 years. The conditions that we're having right now, is it setting it up? Kasi noong 1997, tsaka noong 2007, markets were at all-time highs. Yung ngayon, the US markets have been hitting high upon high. Ngayon, we're not yet at the all-time high, but we are pretty high already. I'm seeing this sa millennials, tsaka there's so much discussions about this na sinasabi nila, rent where you live, tapos buy what you can invest on. What's your take on that? Let's quantify it. May 5 million ka, saan mo lalagay?
Okay.
Hey guys, so this is a recorded Facebook Live session with Carl D and Randall Johnson where we will talk about what?
Stock market, real estate, mutual funds, budgeting.
Budgeting, may budgeting. Okay, may budgeting din. All of which we will also discuss in Icon 2019 in Iloilo. So if you want to know more about that, the link will be down below. And I hope that you guys get encouraged and start investing.
See you there!
Whoa!
Ang pre-selling naman, it gives you that time. For example, we recently invested in a pre-selling na 5 years to pay. Pero in that 5 years, ang cash out mo lang is 30-40% of the overall value. So may advantage yung pre-selling from a locking in the price point of view. So pre-selling also has its advantages. Wala ka man income, but on paper, it's growing. Especially on a cash out point of view. Yep.
Okay, so Carl, what if I look for something na parang in between, like pre-selling pero shorter duration, like 2 years?
Okay, for me, mas alanganin pa nga yung pre-selling na ma-exit because you don't have that time eh. Time allows your capital values to go up. Time allows your population to increase. Time allows your supply to dwindle. So time is really your friend pag sa property.
Okay. If you're from Iloilo, you're watching us or you're gonna watch this video, a lot of this discussion will be in our Icon Iloilo.
Yes.
It's the first time we're going to Iloilo. And we're going to be having that. We are going to have Ardy, we have David Lichu, we have Dodong Kakanando, and I think right now, one of the most important resource persons that you need to hear is Dodong. Ano? So, and then si Marvin.
Ikaw yun!
So, now my question is for all you guys is, okay, ang taas na prices, what do I do? Do I still come in? Do I still what? Do I wait for a correction? Property price, do I wait for a correction? Marvin, in your case, or technically in the bull run,
Bull market!
so what do I do? I'll ask Carl kasi ibang yung treatment, no? So Carl, property prices are up, do I wait for a correction or do I still come in now?
If you are liquid right now and you're looking for a place to put, you don't need to buy in properties na mataas na. There are still opportunities na dito. You just have to look for it. And
that's the next question is, does property prices actually, do they experience steep corrections?
steep correction, like a drop, no?
Yeah, big drop.
I mean,
big drop like stock market drops, 20-30%.
I think not as steep as a stock market.
And we experienced this, I don't know, we're in the property already in early 2000s. And
Wala pa.
we experienced, so when ako na doon na, but wait, there's drops.
Yeah.
So those days.
How big was the drop? Okay, 2000.
Depending on where you are, it's really more a liquidity drop than anything else. Because
liquidity.
A lot of people cannot unload it, so they're forced to sell it cheaper. But
Pero wala sila pambayad ng loan, that's why they're selling.
iba, selling it, iba natakot na because they don't know what's happening. So remember, fear is a driving force for a lot of people, especially with money. So some people, kasi in the mid-90s, this is the initial outburst of the condos.
Okay.
Yep. So a lot of these things were built, Ortigas was being developed. Then we have really aggressive people like Tanyu with AIC and all these things happening right now. And then a lot of these developers or business people or investors, but at that time, mataas ang interest sa Pilipinas, mababang interest abroad. Since they had access, they borrowed a lot of dollars. And with the crisis, with our first Asian financial crisis, which is the currency crisis, everything became expensive.
Pero that was triggered by Malaysia. Nadamay lang.
Basically, it's
Thailand.
Hindi siya necessarily yun lang. I mean, from a strictly economic perspective, it's just that prices were growing so fast. It was bubble on a regional level.
Okay.
Because everybody was so bullish. Remember, you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Okay.
The Philippines, tayo ang nadamay. Because we're part of the region. Because peso din tayo, nadamay tayo. But again, dahil talaga damay-damay yan. And for investors, that's always gonna happen. We had the 1997 crisis, it happened. We have an 08 crisis, it happened. Are we happening one in 2019?
Okay.
I don't know.
40 years in the market.
30 lang.
30 years. The conditions that we're having right now, is it setting it up? Kasi noong 1997, tsaka noong 2007, markets were at all-time highs. Yung ngayon, the US markets have been hitting high upon high. Ngayon, we're not yet at the all-time high, but we are pretty high already. Are we setting us up
From a Philippine
baka mangyari siya?
perspective, no, para lang magets natin, while the prices are there, I mean, the growth and everything there, meron din difference, Marvin. No? Our economy is much bigger today.
Yep.
So, we have more people consuming, we have higher income distribution, mas widespread ang income distribution natin. So, in terms of foundations of fundamentals of the economy, we're a little bit more, hindi ko naman, we're less risky, we're less as to where before. Kasi before, ilan lang tao may pera, ilan lang tao nag-invest sa stock market, ilan lang tao may investments. I mean, sometimes, rich people will buy 4 or 5 units. No? So, hindi, it's the business, the investment is consecrated to a few. Now it's more widespread. So, if you have 100, 200, 300 in condo unit, 1,000 units, hindi naman yan basta-basta magbebenta na sabay-sabay. As before, ilan lang sila, konti lang sila, and then dollar pa sila umutang. Tayo, hindi naman umutang na ng dollar ngayon. Those are the conditions. Plus, consumption is still high. The Philippine economy is growing. US is growing. So, ano may ganun? It's a more, and the economy is different. It's more global today. The movement of trades and services are more seamless than it was before. So, those are the things that are consideration that it's not the same. All I'm saying is, hindi naman mawala yung risk.
So does this mean when a crash happens externally, buy?
Kung kaya ng puso mo.
Okay.
Alam mo, at the end of the day, it's all about hindsight. Hindsight. I should have bought more before, but again, remember, everything's baby. Dala naman ako.
Money's relative. The more money you have, the more relatives you have.
So, behavioral yan. So, at the end of the day, at watch ka. Kasi at the end of the day, I don't recommend naman na you're taking so much risk, tapos you're so stressed na, you know, health is more important than wealth, and all these things. Tsaka, what is enough? Kasi greed can really, can really push you to make bad decisions.
Yeah, I agree with
So,
you.
ang question ko yun sa inyo, Marvin, is it, now, in that case, in your case, it stops. Do I stop investing now and wait for a correction? What do I do?
For my investing portfolio.
General, to, hindi expert na ako.
So for my investing portfolio, I stopped buying already. There are just a few stocks that I may like to buy that are cheap. For my position trading, I've also stopped already because they're already in the midst of the uptrend. For trading, yung mga fluctuations, support
Pero
resistance.
sabi mo, di ba, Marvin, pag nag-uptrend na, that's the time to buy.
Pero at the start or in the immediate part of the reversal.
Wala na ba tayo sa ngayon?
No, there are some stocks that nagsa-start pa lang.
Okay.
There are some stocks. So, tama yun. You have to be very, 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 very selective.
What if I have a very, very long-term perspective? Say, for my retirement, I'm in my 30s.
Okay.
Should I not buy Ayala land and considering I'm gonna wait for it until my 60s?
My perspective there is, if you have a very, very long time horizon, what's waiting for 1 year to see it drop 20% and then you add?
So, total mahaba naman yung oras mo.
Mahaba yung time frame mo.
Okay.
So, you should have also, if you have patience to wait while it's going up, you also have patience to wait until it actually goes down and then you put in money. So, for example, Jollibee, overpriced. I think the next support, the cheapest that it could possibly be is 240. So, for those that would...
What if it doesn't reach that support?
I'll wait. Until a new support
What
will
if-
possibly happen.
The new support will take you much longer.
Magpo-correct yun eh. At in the stocks that I've seen, all of the stocks, at least at a certain point, will correct 20%.
That's a difference with the property.
So-
So, property kasi, while it is an investment, it's also a consumption product. So people cannot wait kasi they need to live on it. The office needs to be rented. So there's always that pressure, and it's really tied into where the economy is heading, and that kind of change. What we're saying is, yung strategies mo nagbabago yan.
Siguro, to answer that, super basic rule of thumb is, if they see a stock that they like drop 20%, kahit wala na silang technicals,
Go for it.
assuming it's a good company,
Dependent sa case. Kasi maraming stocks na bababa kasi pangit.
So,
Okay.
it has to be a good company that they really wanted. Yung problema lang dati, mahal siya. Ngayon, mas mura siya ng 20%. So, if it's Ayala Land, it's 52, 53. Probably...
I think it's easy when really good companies drop prices. Baga ano na yun, ano na yun, you don't have to think about it. They say Ayala Lands and all these things, Globe and everything have gone down, Jollibee by even at 15%. It's a very easy pick-up signal, no?
Like example,
But how about others, second liners?
wala. If you're a long-term investor, you should not be buying stock companies that are not fundamentally sound. For me, if you don't know fundamentals or technicals, it's harder to be long-term on something that you don't know where will it be later on. So
So what you're saying is you have to still do your homework.
you have to do your homework. If you want to be super passive, bilhin mo na yung malalaki, wait for 20%.
Okay.
Wait for 20% drop.
Or go funds.
Yun, or like example, you mentioned Globe. Globe was 1.4 just more than a year ago. Now it's 2.2. 2.3 also. So big companies drop. Mega World was 4 pesos last year. This year it's 6.4.
Wow.
So as I said,
growth.
that's may growth pa rin eh. They will always correct. So another example, for example, it's boring to buy the stocks while they're down, while they're not moving. Like MPI right now isn't moving as much, but it's a very fundamentally sound company.
Oh.
That 2-3 years later on, doon natin pag-uusapan na, I should have bought it when it was at 4.3, 4.4, 4.5.
Or buti na lang hindi ko binili at 4.2.
Hindi naman,
Alright.
the company's earning it.
It is the thing for equities, as long as the company is earning, as long as they're generating cash flows, revenue, it's become profitable, prices will eventually reflect that.
So, context sa MPI, hindi lang siya profitable. It's growing. The income that it had 5 years ago is massively better than where
How come the MPI price is not reflecting so much that, how come people are not as bullish with that, considering its potential?
Mababa yung ROE niya. Meaning, they put something
There's
down.
always a reason why.
Kasi, syempre, toll roads. Yung patayo mo ngayon, kikita ka pa doon after 5 years eh. So,
Pero ang haba naman ng profitability.
hindi siya katulad ng Jollibee, pasok ka, franchise, 40 million, kita sila kagad. So,
Okay. So may ganung agad.
the turnaround on...
I have a question. This one for Mr. R.K. Ramos. I know this guy from Dubai.
Dubai, hello.
So,
Dubai!
hey, can you recommend a location to invest in a condo where property prices aren't that high yet? Probably the next BGC.
Tapos, follow up na rin from San Quintas, San Vicente, Palawan po. Magandang location of property. I have a property there to sell. Maybe mayroon interest doon.
Private message me.
Okay, so where is the next one? The next BGC?
Where is the next one? Hanapin mo kung nasaan yung Queen Bee. Where's the Queen Bee? Where is the growth coming from?
Dami
The
naman
growth is-
pinag-iisip mo pa. Sabihin mo na lang.
The growth, kailangan ma-understand yung fundamental. Kailangan ma-understand yung fundamental. So the growth right now is happening, number one, Makati.
Okay.
Diba?
Makati pa rin?
It's BGC. That's where all
Makati will always be Makati.
economy is there eh.
Kaso,
Kumbaga sa atin, para US yan.
may tumatawag sa ano mo.
Okay, o nga. So Makati, you have the BGC,
May tumatawag, nag-book na ng ano.
you have
condo.
the Bay Area, di ba, Makapagal, then upcoming is Vertis North. So anything near those growth areas
Kumbaga preference mo na lang.
will be the next.
Right.
And it's gonna be cheaper if it's a bit outside.
What about Arca?
Arkasan is also upcoming next. Kailangan lang talaga.
Pero Arcos
Okay.
expensive ba? Arcos price as similar to BGC, hindi pa siya tapos.
Dati hindi, remember when
Dati
we selling
cheaper
it?
lang.
Oo.
So, yung nakinig kay Carl, remember we were in Dubai 2016, di ba? Remember we talked about it. So, next, Carl, okay, I have money, do I put it in 3 areas? Do I put it in Vertis North? Do I put it in Arca? Or do I put it in Park?
And yung video na...
Okay, wow, that's a very difficult question to say.
But, I mean, if Marvin will put all,
Let's quantify. May 5 million ka, saan mo lalagay?
Okay, kung 5 million, I think
5 million worth of property.
if it's 5 million, condo to, no? If it's a condo,
Or kahit look ako Clark, di ba? They can still buy land for 5.
Alviera.
pag 5 million,
Grabe ka lang, maningin tayo sa Ayala lang dito. So, ang dami
Sa Guagua.
bragging natin.
5 million will target the working class market segment, which is good kasi yun yung malaking population. So,
And this is where the wealth is being generated. You know that there's what you call the emerging or the new high net worth market.
Wow.
Sila na yun. It's a new mobile things that we're discussing. We're going to discuss that for financial advice. We're going to discuss
high net worth.
Iba niya, they're still redefining. Kasi when you say high net worth,
So ikaw yun, no?
iba, hindi yung high net worth dati, ano yun, yung nagpaparlor, malaki po, pure, donya. Pero yung high net worth, iba na 50,000 na rubber shoes.
Yun, Jason Lo!
Well, there's certain thing that's
Jason
happening right
Lo.
now. There's another question, mabenta
Pero
ka.
hindi pa niya nasagot.
Ay, o nga pala.
Hindi pa niya nasagot.
Yun at mga tanong ah. Okay, that's right.
You ano?
So, yeah.
What should they pick?
If it's 5 million,
Arca or
Arca, Arca, Vertis,
Clark?
or Clark.
Gun to your head.
Vertis naman kasi.
And I believe all of those things you're selling, no, bro?
All of those have gone up in prices, no? But if it's 30-40% cheaper, maybe I'll take a look at Clark's. But Clark's population is the BPO. So try to monitor
Iba
the
pa rin,
BPO.
iba pa rin. Okay.
Yeah.
May effect ba yung SEA Games ngayon? Tapos I saw something that they will have driverless cars in Clark for the SEA Games.
Wow.
Pero slow moving lang.
Slow moving lang.
Slow moving. I don't know.
Parang nalakad.
Ito, pang ferry yung mga athletes ata.
Okay.
From ano?
Well, from the new Clark City point of view, where the athletes are, siguro we have to monitor lang what's gonna happen after the stadium is used and vacated. Yun yung kailangan.
We've seen that some places talagang yung bumagsak afterwards.
Yeah. The place is fantastic. I've seen it in YouTube and all.
It might be a white elephant later.
Yung sustainability lang, bantayan natin. But it's very
So,
hard.
Carl, one question. What drove the price of Vertis North in a crazy manner?
Vertis North is primarily driven by the developer still at the moment. The developer is bringing up the prices because of inflation, cost
Saan may bumibili?
Pero may bibili. Sabi mo natin, pwede naman itakbo, pero walang bibili.
May bumibili pa rin kasi people are getting wealthier, there's good business, people make money online right now. So there's just really people making more money. Na-adjust yung thermostat ng cost eh.
Alright.
So, yeah.
So one question coming from... Okay. We
Yan
have
from Dubai.
questions.
Connie Gonzalez sabi, handsome sirs daw kayong dalawa. Grabe, exception nakaka.
Tony Stark.
Okay.
Ano ba yan, Marvin? Ba't may kabayo or wolf ba yan?
Dahil Wolf.
What is it about?
Start. Sigil ng start.
Tony Stark.
Start din.
Basketball.
Hindi.
Ano yan?
Game of Thrones.
Siyempre, hindi natin alam, no?
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Okay, while you're looking for a question.
Parang ano ba yan? Voltes 5 ba yun?
Hindi ko na nabutan. Ano yung Voltes 5? What's Voltes 5, guys?
Top Gun, may comeback na.
Oh, may comeback. Talaga? So,
Yeah,
hindi ko sa dati yun? Oh,
Top Gun,
yes.
Oh.
Tom Cruise again.
Another. Ito, ikaw mabenta dito, no? Mr. Carl, there's a question po. Is the strategy of Robert Kiyosaki applicable here in the Philippines that he pays zero taxes?
Sino? John Francisco yun, no?
John Francisco. Anong law po ang ginagamit nila sa country nila? Well, Robert Kiyosaki is not really a great person following laws, but
Great.
you know what I mean? I'm not a big
Best
fan.
friend, what's your take on Robert Kiyosaki pala?
It's just a great marketing guy.
I think taxes is important for your city to develop. May police ka, may stoplights ka, may street lights ka.
Applicable ba daw sa Philippines?
Hindi.
I don't
The way I
think-
understand taxes here, hindi.
Alam
Ang pinaka-tax na applicable dito, I bought a house, I sold it, and then I'm gonna use that process to buy another house within a certain period of time. Then I'm straight from paying capital gains.
Yeah, for your time.
But you can only use that once. But you cannot use that for, if you're investing here and there. So that's the whole idea. I think the bigger issue that Robert Kiyosaki is heavy on leveraging, which I'm totally against. Kasi it's very different here. The interest rates are higher, capital gains, the equity is higher. Plus, hindi naman ganun ka. And that's the reason why a lot of people lost money in the US.
Yep.
Now they did the flips and everything. You really need to understand your fundamentals and your cash position, and you understand for you to be able to do that. So, sorry, not a big fan of Robert Kiyosaki. He's a great writer. Anything else than that, he's not a Warren Buffett.
May sabi ni Lin Tiaco, you can never escape taxes daw, and there, sabi niya.
Right. Ito, Marvin, ito sa'yo na lang to.
Daming questions.
Dami, I haven't read mine pa nga.
What do you say about the peso being weak? Would you hold on the dollars?
Is the peso, I think the dollar is weak.
Weakening
now.
na.
The peso is strong. So, for those
So,
who are...
again, depending on where you're coming. If you're coming from a 48 peso, then
Hindi,
yes.
hindi, pero from where we were at 51, we are very, 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 very strong, and I think that was because of them lowering interest rates. And you have to understand also, from the stock market, foreign funds are coming in at large portions now, meaning for
And then
them,
there's a direct correlation with the foreign exchange.
and for them to invest here, they have to swap their dollars to peso, giving more weight to peso pa.
So, kaya nga pag lumalabas ang double whammy tayo na Marvin, no? Pag nagbebenta yung foreign investors, they will dump their dollars. Okay, so prices peso will start to, they will convert it. So, bumabagsak yung peso,
Barbaric market.
tapos mabagsak din yung market. So, may correlation dyan. So, double whammy tayo.
Watching for Basil on
Do you own Bitcoins? I know Marvin has that. Marvin bought 1,000 Bitcoins
Di naman.
for $1.
No. But I have Bitcoin. I think it's the
Long-term wise,
it's the
Marvin, do
future.
you recommend us to buy Bitcoins? I mean, assuming it corrects and everything.
Again, you don't buy Bitcoin as an investment. You buy Bitcoin because of what it could be, its usage in the future. If you're thinking about it na nag-speculate ka because of it, and that's your only investment, I think that's where the problem is. Pero if you have other investments and you are putting profit,
Or if it's a small amount,
Okay.
assuming you have a 2 million portfolio, you put 20,000. It's not gonna...
Pwede.
pwede na ganun,
Pero
diba?
that's, for that, yung ano lang yun, it's, I don't know, just to have skin in the
Yeah,
game. Pero
skin in the
doesn't really
Right.
change as much. Pero
When you do investment, kasi it's not just about how you diversify, it's also the weight, the distribution. If it's too small, it doesn't affect everything. Unless, you're expecting na, if it's small, assuming I put $1,000 sa Bitcoin 5 years ago, that would have been something. But yung Bitcoin story is a one-off. A lot of people are putting their hopes and investment strategy on something na one-off. So, very dangerous.
So yung
very scary.
interesting doon is if they find something that will have the largest use later on, that will be interesting. That's why I like Facebook's Libra because I think that will have the largest use case. Ang dami kasing cryptocurrency.
Pero hindi
that's
yan
not
for
used eh.
investment purposes.
Pero you can buy it, you can swap it eh. Not when I say not for investment, a lot of people don't like it because it won't be volatile.
Okay.
Kasi wala siyang swings eh.
Pero will I make money out of Libra in the future?
Parang siyang dollar na pag may yung
Okay, based on the exchange rate.
Exchange rate. So it will be treated as a currency talaga. Kasi may kapalit siya na
So
dollar.
it's a currency more. I don't understand this. Sir, how Jeff Bezos pays zero taxes in Amazon business? Do my research.
Simple lang. Some of his businesses are not also in the States eh.
Oh.
So, may mga tax rules sila like Apple also. Ganun din.
But that's why you have to pay tax in that place.
Oh, but much
Or kaya sa
smaller.
mga tax na attracting them. Alright? So that's a whole Trump China trade war. One of the things that's happening in the China US-China trade war is it's actually in a way kind of improving some regional areas that are getting out of China and going to the Philippines, go to Vietnam. So may ganun din in any angle. There's always going to be a winner and a loser, and some of them can benefit from those things. So Marvin, do you have any more questions? Before we actually...
Okay, can I, I'll start.
Go, Marvin, go.
I'll start. Okay. Sige, malulobat ako, but we'll try to answer as much as we can. Number 1, Carl, MOA BGC.
MOA BGC, pareho expensive, ano? Wow, tough choice.
Pareho na no?
Pareho expensive, yeah.
Pero fundamentally, when sa BGC, kahit nawala yung Pogo, yan.
Yeah,
Yung MOA, pag nawala yung Pogo, paano yan?
Yeah, it's largely dependent on Pogo. So, but
Pero, dahil may Pogo, mas mabilis mag-appreciate. Tama ba? Hindi rin.
it's very hard to say na kasi ang mahal na niya, di ba? So, if you came in 4 years ago, 3 years ago, good for you.
So you bought, I know you bought like 12 Serendras, no?
Okay, next, Airbnbs or rental of properties.
Rental is...
From Nico Deningon.
Alam mo yung problema sa Airbnb, some developers are really shutting it down. Like, Ayala will not allow you.
Bawal na.
depending on the location, not all sites cater to the Airbnb tourism market.
No, even if, let's say, birthdays, bawal. Very clear. And that's a strong Airbnb market. So depending on which condos. There's a reason why
Safety
SFDC,
reason ba yan?
ayaw nila eh.
If you're a bit lazy like me, you just go for the long-term year-on-year rental. Diba? Wala ka nang iniisip. If you like adventure, gusto mo everyday busy ka, you go for the Airbnb.
You actually earn more if you do it that way. There's more effort on your part.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. So, but if your property is in a tourist destination area, pwede ka mag-Airbnb.
Kasi yun, makakabawi.
Yes.
Right. So, ito, Carl, this is for you again.
Dami.
Is it wise to continue living in a condo or make it an investment instead by giving it into a rental, making it a rental business? And maybe move somewhere else.
Primarily, syempre, you take care of your life. Primarily, take care of yourself muna, di ba?
Saan sa katitira?
Oo.
Well, if you can go home to your parents.
There's a big, I've been seeing this sa millennials, no? Tsaka there's so much discussions about this na sinasabi nila, rent where you live, tapos buy what you can invest on. What's your take on that?
Well, as long
You can
as
answer it also.
you don't sacrifice your
Ito,
living
investment yun.
condition, because your life is primary. Your family, your intimacy with your family, your relationship with your kids, yung studying condition ng kids mo, priority. Then, pag may lilipatan ka na better, okay, parent mo yung condo mo. I guess, if your condo is just for halfway house, for weekend home, yan, parent mo na lang, para hindi siya expense.
Alright. What's your answer on that?
Ako, depende na yung situation eh.
Yeah.
I mean, if kung meron ka nilipatan, let's say, you're single and then your parents' house and they're all ready, and maybe you can live in one of the rooms or something, that's also something.
And you're okay with it.
At the end of the day, is it gonna make you more productive?
Yes,
Baka naman
yes.
lumayo ka na, tinamaan yung work mo, so those are the things you need to consider. Okay. In case of a crash happens, is it better to hold on property or on cash?
I think the mindset, if you look at history, to answer that question, you look back 30, 40 years, meron pa nag-regret buying property in any period of time? Mostly negative naman, di ba? Unless it's super speculative na wala ka fundamental. But of course, there's also a strategy where you hold on to a bit of cash para pag nagsibabaan yung mga prices, you can go in. So dapat may cash ka.
Kung what you already invested?
May take on that is, kung may property ka, huwag mo ibenta in cash when the market is going down, provided lang kaya mo siya bayaran.
But cash flow, alam ba a little bit, no? May difference ang cash at property long term eh.
Long term, yes. Go.
Ang cash nagagastos.
Nagagastos.
Ang cash talaga. Not everybody is the discipline of everybody. I was talking to a friend of ours. They're selling their property.
Sobrang yaman daw sila.
Sobrang yaman, sobrang
Feeling ko sobrang yaman, sobrang.
But they're selling the property.
Grabe.
Ang sabi ko, the potential is income is very high. So why sell it, no? At saka, ang tendency also, babalik sa behavior mo. Pag yung pera naging cash, baka minsan bili pa nila ng property na hindi gano'ng kaganda yung quality. So mauubos sila. So again, that's something you need to understand. But yun, matanda ka na, you wanna experience everything, di ba? My father kasi, the reason is he never really unloaded it. So, that's why you have enough money, you have to work hard enough so that you can hold on to your assets and preserve it and pass on to the next generation if that's your wish. But the important thing is you must be able to learn how to develop your cash flow. So very, very important.
Marian Lanusa, good morning. An OFW here, question for Carl D. Would you advise to purchase on a 2 pre-selling condos through installment? I have invested on a pre-selling condo in Cebu, Mandawi area, and planning to purchase another one in Mactan in the future. One for selling.
So I'm sure taga Cebu yan.
Thank you. I'm inspired by the three of you and invested in the stock market.
Okay.
And mutual
I guess,
funds.
Marvin, what we're seeing now is unprecedented ba yan? Now, people are buying properties very close to each other. I think
That's not the case before, no?
no. People are too speculative or too
Yeah.
high risk right now. So ako,
Yun yung sinasabi mo, Marvin, na yung mga
Tone
technical
down,
conditions
tone down.
before,
Tone down.
na people are really highly speculative. So, there's always going to be the rich. At the end of the day, the prudent, the wise will inherit the earth.
yes. So, alala lang muna, buy one, if
Buy
it's
one.
working na, it's bringing cash flow, then buy your second one.
Manage your greed.
Yeah, manage your emotions. You cannot control the flip. Mas makokontrol mo pa yung rental market kung may market, but people buy.
I like Carl's very level-headed when it comes to these things. Walang overpromise, no?
Relax lang.
Because, we've been going around different parts of the world. There's some property sellers na, they're teaching that, you buy 4, you buy 5. Tapos ikot-ikot. I mean, it's crazy. And a lot of people have this mind.
We had a video on this with Carl, pero I'll just follow it up. May 10 million ka, do you buy one condo na 10 million or 2 condos na 5 million?
Depende on what the market needs. If the market needs the 10 million condo, expat, higher level, you go for the 10 million. If the market is more lower budget, working class, you go for the 2. Depende sa market and the area.
Very good.
And I wanted to answer this kasi this is major financial planning. Verhel Barrero, I have 1 million. Should I invest it in the stock market?
I need to understand, may utang ka ba? May emergency funds ka na ba? So, invest only the money that you're willing to lock in for a long period, even if it's in the stock market.
Yeah, prudent talaga.
But if that's the only investment, do you suggest na ganun sila?
Hindi muna.
From a financial planning perspective, is it wise na...
Depende kung ilang taong ka. Assuming you're young.
Mukha siyang young eh.
So,
Naka-grad pick.
You know what I say? If you lose your money in the stock market and young, it's okay because you still have parents. So dahil yung anak Cardi, dapat all out.
All out.
Nandiyan pa si Cardi.
Tsaka mayaman yung daddy.
Okay.
Paul Omnilia, Divisoria, dahil daw kay Isko Moreno or Pasig. which is the best place to invest? Pero madaming location yung question sa...
Marvin, do you own fine art?
Wala akong fine art. Wala, si Randall yung madami. May paintings kami, pero hindi ko alam kung hindi ko mura lang yun eh.
It's an age thing also. I mean, si Carl, puro koya yung mga ano. Pugay baboy.
I think yun yung value yun.
Ayun. Should people invest in art? Kasi there's a lot of people, the babaws, chinkitan,
For those who understand art, and those who are connected properly,
Yes.
those who know the may fundamentals din yan eh. And it's extra money. Go ahead. One of my closest friends, si Rico Hizon. This is the only investment that he has.
Wow.
But ang puro ano kanya, puro mga sobrang high-end. So, he just sells. One of my good friends also, very good business and everything. Stop. Just, bought art. And any money, I sell one of them. So, kanya-kanyang trip yan. So, I don't do it myself because I don't understand. Beauty is in the eye of a beholder. What I think is nice. Marvin's probably not gonna go into art kasi,
Hindi ko pa alam.
walang chart.
Hindi ko pa alam.
Pag magka-chart na yan, pwede. So, depende yan. Or, pang-diversify talaga yan.